And hello everybody, good evening and welcome to the Warthunder stream. Do say hello in chat if you are about, and do let me know how volumes and things are. I'm going to give people a little while just to pop in. I know Kirsty Rose is here, but I'm going to just give a little bit of time for other folks to join the stream. Hello, hon.
This is from a friend.
Hello. Is that from Calico by chance?
Maybe.
Ah, lovely, lovely. Right. So today's job is to show off some of the Tier 1 German vehicles, like we were doing the Tier 1 British vehicles yesterday. Not yesterday, Sunday, wasn't it? The German tech tree is a bit bigger than the British one, so we're going to have quite a few more vehicles to look at, including a few very odd ones and a few very fun ones as well, and some which are not so fun, but I'll do my best with what I get given. So what have we got to start with? Well, if you first start the German tech tree on this game, you're going to end up with these three vehicles: the Panzer 35T, the Panzer 3B, and the Panzer 3E. These are all tanks that Germany fielded at the very beginning of World War II. The Panzer 35T is technically not a German vehicle, it's a Czechoslovakian vehicle that the Germans made use of after they annexed the country. These are all pretty similar vehicles in terms of capability. They all have a pretty standard 37mm gun. We are almost at 500 subs, Blue. Yes, thank you for mentioning that. The new videos on Prehistoric Planet has been really helping, so I'm hoping we can get to 500 perhaps before the end of the month, and if we do, I might do something special, perhaps a face reveal vid or something. I don't know. However, back to our tanks. So they're all pretty similar in capabilities. They all have 37mm guns. They all have fairly lackluster armor, but they all have rather large crews, which is good. It means you have some survivability. For anyone just starting War Thunder, I would say that the German tech tree is probably the best to go down in terms of both tanks and the aviation tech tree. Because they have quite a lot of vehicles, you get quite a lot of experience of different play styles, and the vehicles are very nice to play with. You don't have to really struggle when you're playing in a German vehicle, as we will investigate with our first match of the day. I'm hoping that more people are going to join the stream the longer it goes on. I suppose I should probably kick the folks on Discord to actually get on stream, shouldn't I, really?
If you kick them, they're not going to, join. They can't join if they don't have the link.
They're on there is a link on there.
Yeah, but if you can't kick them off the Discord. I'm being terrible. I'm sorry.
Right, that's them given a bit of a kick. Ah, right, one of my favourite maps. We'll go with the Panzer 3E, and we'll take in less shells than that, because we don't want to be a bomb. So, what is it like piloting German vehicles? Well, like I say, you don't have to struggle, but you do have to be careful. German vehicles do get their transmissions taken out quite a lot, because the transmission is directly behind the front armour. The lower front armour, anyway. So if you get a shot to the front of the tank, you tend to stop dead, which isn't helpful, I'm sure you can imagine. By the way, do let me know if I need to make the microphone or the game quieter or louder. It's very difficult to know how to set the volume up sometimes. Looks like we've already got some... Ah, that was a bad shot by me. Oh, we don't want to... No.
Enemy forces captured a zone.
Okay, so 2 shots, and the first bounce and the second got eaten by the turret ring of the American tank
Allied forces
destroyer.
have captured a zone.
That's the other thing about the German tank guns. They don't work very well against sloped armor. They do tend to bounce very easily. Okay, that's him gone. Now we got targets down there and targets up here. The targets up here are the problems. Ah! The Swedish tank put a shell into me, but it was a bad shot. Only damaged the gun breech. Hello, Nerdgo. If you're unsure on the damage on the tank, don't forget that in the lower left-hand corner there is the damage indicator. And in the top right-hand corner is my shot indicator, which will indicate where my shots are going and what the enemy has done to me.
Another zone captured. We have the advantage.
Okay, so we've captured the zone. We've killed 2 enemy tanks. Let's see if we can get our third.
Most of the zones are under control.
There we go. Through the top of the turret.
We're ahead of the enemy.
Now, if we can control the top of the hill, we basically have the advantage. Now, the other problem with German tanks, especially at this tier, is that the turrets are all hand cranked. There's no electric turret drive, which means it takes forever for them to turn their turrets. Ooh! Wow. Ho-ro. Where was that from? Killed by Japanese artillery. That was a very good shot. I'll let him have that one. That was a good shot from there. Since we've earned some artillery, let's drop some shells down. Hello Blue, and thank you for joining the Discord. Yep, if you haven't already joined the Discord, or you're watching this after the stream, and you're watching the replay, there's a Discord link down in the description tab. There's also links to our deviant art page, where you'll find plenty of my best screenshots from Jurassic World and also Warthunder. And we do have a Twitch, but we don't use it because at the moment we're not really sure what to use it for. Okay, we're not going to be very effective at this range. I feel like we need to get down there, to be honest. Let's get down there. Excellent.
Enemy forces have captured a zone.
Gotta be careful of enemy aircraft. We don't want to be bombed.
Enemy forces have captured a zone.
I'm surprised that no one's managed to capture B yet on our team. Let's try and cap B. So the Panzer 35T, the vehicle I'm driving here, little interesting historical fact for you is that it was more effective than many of the tanks Germany had built prior to the war. It's why Germany got so many of them in their army before the invasion of France. These tanks were much more effective than German ones. And in fact, a lot of these tanks were used during the invasion of France and that famous blitzkrieg. Okie dokie. So we can capture.
Crew is ready.
Let's just drop some artillery down again.
We need artillery support.
I would rather support my allies down over there, but if I move off of B, we don't capture B. And at the moment, the match is extremely close, so we want to cap B and start draining those points. I'm also concerned that there may be people behind. take so long to capture a point?
We have most of the zones.
I'm having artillery fire down. Oh no! Artillery shell hit me. I tried to move away, but I got arty striked. Well, at least we captured the point before we died. And we are second place, not bad. Didn't hit the aircraft, that's a shame. Hit it that time though. If there's a Mark II join in air battle, I will join it. I'd rather join it as a bomber. Don't really want to join it as a fighter unless I absolutely have to. Absolutely have to.
Just keep it up, and victory will
Right.
be ours.
Time to do some air support. And this is one of the great things about Warthunder. Oh, just rammed each other. Well, this is a waste of a perfectly good fighter. Ugh. Oh well. What can we strafe? Nothing really. Oh, they've disabled my engine. That's inconvenient. Oh, I think I just disabled the light anti-tank guns loader down there. Yeah, I know, critical
Enemy
speed.
forces have captured a zone.
It still counts as a safe and sound fighter, even if it crashes afterwards. So that's points to me. Nice. Third place, not bad still. I consider a reasonably good match if you come anywhere in the first 6 places. It's 16 v 16, so you know. Third is not bad. Be careful, Fletcher, when flying. Well, yes. I can't get the gun up enough to fire that one.
Keep it up, and victory will be ours.
Goodbye. Oh god. Ah! I killed him just at the end of the match. Little dicey there. It was a little dicey, yeah. At this battle rating, though, we don't need to worry about aircraft too much because they mostly have machine guns of a low caliber, which aren't too dangerous. Oh, we get an award. What are we getting? Another order. That's a waste of space. I would. Lovely. So, those are the vehicles you start the German tech tree on. Now we'll proceed up the orders to the 1.0s. So let's stick in our first 1.0 vehicles. There we go. I think that's all the 1.0s. Yes, 1.7, 1.3, yes. So, what does 1.0 give us? Well, it gives us this thing. This is the STKFZ-221. It's a reconnaissance armoured car armed with a squeeze bore cannon. And it is, without a doubt, I think, the worst vehicle in Warthunder. It is absolutely awful.
There is nothing about it which is nice. You would be better off ignoring this vehicle. But we will play just for... Oh, Evo's just done a video on the new Dresswell Evolution 2 stuff. Yeah, we will play this vehicle, if only so I can show you how terrible it is. The other vehicle at this battle rating is one of the best, the 15cm Sturm Gushitz 33B SFL, also known as the SIG. It is a derp gun, and if you don't know what derp guns are, they are short barrel, low velocity weapons which rely on very big, high explosive rounds to do their damage. How big? Well, the shell on this particular vehicle weighs 38 kilograms and contains nearly 9 kilograms of explosive, making it capable of pretty much one-shotting anything you care to point it at. It's also quite low, as you can see, and that means it's quite easy to hide. Hello, Roaming Barber. Welcome to the stream. So I think we'll take out the awful armoured car first, just so we can get it over and done with, because it really is terrible. It can go through a lot of armour penetration. It can penetrate armour very effectively. The problem is that the shell it fires is actually very small, so after it penetrates the armour, it does barely any damage, and it has no explosive inside the shell. So after it goes through, it does no damage. So you might be able to hit the target, but you can't kill them. The vehicle itself also can't steer unless you're driving forwards or backwards, because it's an armoured car. And it's got no armour either, and it's only got 2 crew members. Personally, I like the Heat more than HE. A man of class who knows his Warthunder shells. I've been playing this game since 2014, and I have kind of gone to and fro with whether the HE or the Heat is the better round to use. I personally prefer the HE simply because the Heat can often not one-shot the target, even though it should, whereas high explosive will pretty much ruin the day of anyone it hits. At higher battle ratings, I think it's a little more even. On the ISU 152, for example, I would say Heat is probably more reliable than HE, but HE is more fun. And derp tanks are all about being fun, I think. I mean, that's why they're still so fun to use in World of Tanks, for example. Oh, and the other thing about this tank that's wrong is that the gun is on a limited traverse turret. There we go. My shell did nothing but damage his radio. Let's take out something with a bit more than...
Another zone captured, we have the advantage.
I don't play any America anymore. No, you don't play Germany anymore. America, where is that? I don't really like the American tech tree, if I'm honest. I got bored of playing Shermans all of the time, and I really don't like the Berging. I also think some of the barrel ratings of their vehicles are all over the show, and it makes it very difficult to create good lineups. Germany and Sweden, I actually really enjoyed playing Sweden. They just have some really fun, cool little tanks. But Germany is probably my main. Germany is where I'm up to highest in tech tree. In fact, my last tank I just got was the Mouse. Goodbye, LVTA. 2? That was a double kill with 1 round? Oh, I'm gonna have to get that in a replay. I want to see... After this match, we'll replay that. I want to see exactly how we managed that, because that was awesome. It's another reason why I love the HE shells. You can get 2 for 1 if you're lucky. Okay. The enemy is making trouble for themselves at A. And making trouble for themselves around the corner. Get through the fence. Right, I'm gonna quickly switch flanks. Personally, my favourite load here is the Chi Hap over in the Type 94. I think my favourite load here has probably got to be the Panzer 4. Oh! I met one of my brothers and he fired first. I was distracted by chat. He fired first. Oh well. I personally think my favourite load here is either one of the early Panzer 4s or perhaps the Swedish, big Swedish derp tank. I don't personally care for... Actually, the Japanese Ho-Ro is actually very fun to use, so I will say that. And the Type 94. The little anti-aircraft tank that the Japanese have, I can't remember what it's called, the TAS, the T-A-S-E? TASE, or, I think that's the one. That's actually very effective. I love that little tank. I've killed so many people with it.
Another zone captured, we have the advantage.
Not doing too well in this match. But then one of our tanks was an awful tank, so... I'm going to drop some artillery down on A. I have a feeling... Where is this guy? Hiding in the usual place. It is the TAS, yeah, I thought it was. It's a very effective little tank, you know that. Once you get the armor-piercing ammo on it. Ooh, little bit of stutter there. But to be honest, 20mm rounds will go through anything. Anyway, ooh, goodbye. You are the person that killed me. Goodbye. Revenge kill. Pop around here, because I believe there is a tank around this corner, perhaps? No. The tank is around here. Ah! Machine gun that one to death. Okay, Roaming Barber, thank you for popping in. Do check out the rest of the stream perhaps when you wake up. It would be good for our views. Revenge, says Nerdbag, indeed. Gotta get those revenge kills in, gives you points. And points mean money, and money mean new tanks.
Keep it up, and victory will be ours. Most of the strategic zones are captured.
Ah.
Thank you very much.
There we go, and he's gone as well. I'm gonna sneak around the edge of these mountains, the edge of these houses. Shot into there. Ooh. Ah, Panzer Jaeger 1 got me. Trying to grind all the way to the Abrams. Oh, good luck for that. I don't care for modern vehicles, so I'm not going much higher than, like, early Cold War tanks. But good luck on getting to the Abrams. That's a long grind. Bye-bye, Roaming Barber. Thank you for the sub. So that was a fairly average match, really. Didn't get too much done there. Let's move up to 1.3 slightly, because 1.3 has a lot more vehicles in and a bigger range. So we'll stick in the Panzer 3F. Stick in the Panzer 4C. Really? I've got nowhere. Oh no, there's the 4C. And we can put in the Flak Panzer 1. Flak Panzer 1. I don't have a crew. Because it's in my Panzer 4 slot. Ah, there you go. Put it in Panzer 3 slot. Blimey, you've got so many. The Panzer 38. I can replace the Panzer 35. And we got the new Balfauzug. Please don't ask me to say that. Okay, we'll play the new Balfauzug in future. But 1.3 Germans. So we have the Panzer 38T. It's basically the 35T with a different suspension loadout, exactly the same gun, not worth much of interest. Panzer 3F is just like the other Panzer IIIs, only it has a slightly better gun, a 50mm compared with the 37, so it's a bit more effective. Now the Panzer 4C is the real master of this particular battle rating. It fires, as you can see, it has a stubby derp gun. It's a 75mm howitzer essentially, but it has a very effective, a very effective shell. Called heat. There we go. So the heat on this particular tank can go through 80mm of armor at any range you like, compared with its usual penetration of 50 to 45mm at combat range. This thing will go through any armor pretty much at any range that you care to fire it at. So it's a very reliable vehicle. And the Flak Panzer 1. This is an anti-aircraft tank, but it's got a high rate of fire weapon, and the anti-tank rounds that this thing has, which are these ones, the PZGR-40s, can go through 48mm of armor at close range. Not very many vehicles of this battle rating can survive the rate of fire and the armor penetration capabilities of this tank. So this anti-aircraft tank is actually more effective as an anti-tank tank. But we've got quite a few vehicles to try out. You got four 1.3s, and I want to use the C again. So we're going to have quite a few matches at this particular battle rating. This is not particularly one of my favourite maps. But we will take out the Panzer 3F with its 50mm gun. So this thing, it's a fairly useful tank. It's kind of average, I suppose is what you would say. The 50mm gun is a bit more effective than British and Soviet tank guns of this tech tree. However, the armour is the same, so you don't get any more defense, you only get a bit more offense. Now, the enemy is going to be striking down the road, so we're going to actually not put ourselves at risk, and we're going to someone fired from over there. There they all are. There they all are. Look, all lining up for me. They are all in good position. Yeah, okay. T-28? No. Okay, I think we better close the range. Crush that car. And hopefully try and catch them by surprise. Him. Gotcha. Ammunition rack. That's a one-shot kill. Right, we need to go after this Italian tank next. Now I'm hoping he's going to be stupid and try not. He was not, and I really messed that up. One shot. Wow. That was a good shot by the Italian tank there. Italian tanks are surprisingly good in this game, anyway. Italian tanks during the war were awful.
The victory is near.
Okay, we've got many tanks at the end of this road which need to be dealt with. Let's fire a shell and see where that goes. Nah, target undamaged. So I was near, but not good enough. Oh, I didn't catch the replay of the double kill, did I? I'll have a look at that in a sec. Okay, let's see if we can brave you, little Italian tank. The only problem with these derp guns is that the shell velocity is so low that you have to aim quite high, and the higher you aim, the more difficult it is to actually hit the target. And it's difficult enough to hit the target in arcade. I have no idea how people use these sort of tanks in realistic mode, where you get no help in aiming whatsoever. I suppose it just comes with practice, but... Right, 0.6, there we go. That's a hit and a kill. Oh. Panzer 2C has the same gun as the anti-aircraft tank. I want to get myself into cover.
The commander's been knocked out.
Where is this M4? Let's see if that hits him. It didn't. Very good.
Let's keep the pressure on. Victory is close.
Is there a tank up there? There is. Did I miss? Goodbye. Didn't miss that time. How are we doing? Oh dear. Not very good at all. Oh! Come on, get up the hill. There we go. Ah, I hit the tree. There's a little Soviet tank behind that. Ooh. Oh god, there are lots of tanks behind various walls. Okay, that's slightly infuriating. Oh no. Might need to run. But I want to try and kill that thing.
Let's keep the pressure on.
Ah.
Victory is close.
Panzer 4 got me with a high explosive round. That's a surprise. Really? Okay. I'm surprised at that, if I'm honest. Let's take out the little... No, why are you using those rounds? You want to use
Allied
these
forces
rounds.
have captured a zone.
Right, let's go hunting tanks with an anti-aircraft gun. has not been a particularly good match for me. But then it's not a particularly nice map. And I think we've been unlucky with a couple of the times we've died, to be honest. Sounds incredible.
Yes, a hit. The driver is unconscious.
Ow. How is the driver unconscious? What hit him? There's nothing here. Drop all the artillery I have on target. Oh, map ended. Well, that was a rubbish match. Let's try again. Can't believe that that Panzer 4 killed me with one shell. Yes, I would. There we go. Let's try again. It's the thing about Warthunder. Not every game is going to be absolutely amazing. But unlike World of Tanks, I feel it's more often than not you'll have a good game. World of Tanks is kind of hateful after a while. You just never achieve what you want. What? Okay. I'm not a big fan of single command point maps because they're just... There's not much engagement. They can end very, very fast. I'm a bigger fan where you have multiple command points and you have to move around the map more. Tempted to stay here and see if I can catch them off guard. Okay. Thanks. Okay. There we go, 1 kill already. First kill of the match as well. Going to stay in this position, hold down, and we're just going to continue putting shells into this tank. Ah! He missed. The LVTA is a very annoying vehicle to try to kill. It's so big, and as a result of it being so large, your shells can just not hit anything. It's artificially survivable.
Yes, a hit.
Oh, hello there.
Got it.
German, American tanks. No armor. Poor guns. Not survivable. Oh yeah, the LVTA, you can fire that thing all day, you know. Unless it turns around, because it's got 2 crew in the back, you'll never kill it. Oh, wow, there are many enemy tanks here. Gonna have to
Enemy forces have captured a zone.
help our team out here, I think. There you go, he won't be firing again. And he is definitely not firing again. Right, let's try and hit the 35T down there. We missed. At the moment, we're just basically going to be hitting them from the flank. Ooh, you cheeky. Ah. See, that's the problem you have to watch out for in German tanks. Faster tanks will easily get around you. Right, let's take out the Panzer IV. It's stubby little 75. Come on, BT5. I'm not scary. Look at my smiling face. By the way, most of the skins I'm playing with are mod skins, and most of the decorations I put on myself, so tanks won't actually look like this in the base game. If I can put any shells into anyone over there. I can't. Ah, that M3 has actually made himself in trouble there. Ooh, just missed. Now we want to absolutely start putting... Ooh! I think he hit my ammunition. He did. He went straight through the ammo in actual fact. Nothing I could do about that. Good shot there from the Panzer III. Keep our eye out for enemy aircraft, because that's our job. He's too far away. Oopsie daisy. Come on guys, load, load, load. They managed to kill most of my crew. I think the enemy have this much. They're always able to bring in aircraft. They've got the command post. Our team is down quite a lot. So that match is definitely not going to be in our favour. A bit frustrated that not more people have joined from the Discord. They're all online. I can see them all online. Most of them have not joined the stream. Including my moderator, in fact. That's not very good, is it? Right. Hang on. Okay. Let's move up from the 1.3s, I think. Oh, no. We haven't played the new Balfauzug yet, which has one of the greatest names. This is the new Balfauzug. It's another one of those big land battleship tanks with multiple turrets. 2 guns in the turret, a 75mm and a 37mm. And yeah, it's just enormous and full of ammunition, as you can see. So the armor plating is not very effective. Pretty much everything will be able to go through me, so I'm going to have to be rather careful. So we'll take out the new Balfauzug first. And we will attempt to take and hold A, because that's the best place for a vehicle like this. C is too full of forest, and I need clear shots. Armor penetration is lacking on my guns. So what I've done with this particular multi-turreted and multi-gun tank, and there are a few of these multi-gun tanks in Warthunder, what I've done is I've got a 37 to one mouse button and the 75 to the normal fire. So that way I can use the 37 when I think the 37 is going to be more reliable. And the 37 does have a quicker reload as well, so if I have to launch an emergency shell at someone, it's the best shell to use. And I can use the 75 for a more precise shot. Well, let's hope it lives up to its reputation of being a beast. No, guy. It's certainly sluggish. Now, I'm going to leave the job of capturing the command post to my team, I think. Actually, no. I want some of these points for myself. Sarcastically, hello! Welcome to the stream. Watch me die immediately. I am hoping not. Chia. I have the better rate of fire.
Have most of the strategic zones.
There he goes. He is dead. And that's the advantage of having double guns for you. You can just fire and fire and fire and fire. And if you can stop the enemy from firing back. Oh, we have the advantage now. We've captured A, and with A captured, we can just spawn camp them now, which is, you know, it's not a very gentlemanly tactic, but if it works.
Attack the B point.
Yeah, or we can attack the B point. Damage to the tracks. That's a bad thing, because it will mean I'll be tracked more easily. There we go. There's another one. Oh, hello there, T26. Do you want to have some as well? You're a bit far away for the 37, I think. Ooh. Managed to damage me a little bit. I'm just gonna get into cover. Ow! Now that is not fair, and that was rather rude. So I'm just going to drop artillery down right here.
Roger that. Artillery, fire!
I cannot do anything because most of my crew is dead currently. I need to wait, or he can kill me. Okay, time to take out the SIG. Or not, time to take out a fighter. That was lucky.
Attack the sea point! Allied forces have captured a zone.
Oh god. He's trying to kill my tank. He hasn't managed it. Gotcha. Nice. And I'm still alive. Now it's time to run away because this thing is open topped. That hurricane managed to kill 2 of my crew as it was. So I've got to run away now and avoid any aircraft.
Getting down.
Where did he just go? No idea. Come on, tank. Try to get me. Okay, where are the enemy team? By the looks of it, they were spawn killed for quite a while. What's going on over here? Oh, there's the Ah, you got there before I did, Panzer 3.
Defend the A point.
Yeah, we want to keep an eye on those aircraft. Don't mind me smashing through this priceless wall. That one. Goodbye, T-60. Reload that round, folks. There are tanks coming. Should be... Oh. There's one. Oh, it's one of me. Oh. That didn't do very much, did it? But he's gonna come to me, I
Our
think.
victory is near. Allied forces have captured a zone.
No, he's gonna run away. Ha 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 ha. Run away from the bombs. Ooh, 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 ooh. Hold it. Ah. Wow. He just obliterated me with his 20mm cannon. He just looked in my general direction, sneezed, and I was dead. It's the advantage of having a rapid-fire 20mm. They're trying to cap A. They are capping A.
Enemy forces have captured a zone.
Not on my watch. Let's hope it's something small and easy to kill. Second place, that's not bad.
Artillery, clear reference! We need artillery support!
Whatever captured A, I'm hoping is going to be... Ah, whatever captured A is up there. Okay, we'll come round behind. Ah, there are a couple down here. Goodbye.
A little more effort, and victory will be ours.
The ability to fire many highly penetrating rounds while they only fire one makes anti-aircraft vehicles at low tier really effective.
Allied forces have captured a zone.
Damn it. Come on, must be something else for me to fire at. Oh, other than aircraft, God.
Enemy forces have captured a zone. Allied forces have captured a zone.
There's a lot of dead tanks over here. Ah. There are some targets on my mini-map. Easily killable ones. Ah. The match ended just as I got round. That's a shame. Well, not a bad haul. Flak Panzer 1 Ace Tankman. Players defeated 15. Not bad. Defeated, unfortunately, but not bad. So, moving up from 1.7, where do we go? No, what? 1.3. So, I suppose 1.7. Well, let's. Got 1.7 and 2, 1.3 and 2, 2.3. Let's go up to 2.0 then. So, we'll keep the Neubau-Fahrzeug and put in the two Panzer 3s. Panzer 2s even. And that's a 2.3, 1.3. Oh, the Panzer Jaeger 1, I forgot to play that. Okay, we'll stick you in then and replace that awful thing. There we go. And the Flak Panzer 38. We'll leave the Flak Panzer 38 off for now. So, new vehicles. The Panzer Jaeger 1. It's a tank destroyer. Small, nimble. Armed with a reasonably good gun. A 47mm Czech gun. It's not fantastic. It's not terrible. Now the Panzer Twos are odd vehicles. They've got the same rapid-fire 20mm cannon as the anti-aircraft guns, but designed to take on tanks more effectively. They can be surprisingly effective. Their armor is oddly tough for a tank of this type. Front armor is 30mm thick, turret armor 30mm thick as well, which is better than most vehicles that the Germans are using. I mean, my Panzer 4, for example, here, front of my hull is 30mm, but it can go down as low as 12, and the front of my turret's only 30, and the turret cheeks are only 15, so it's a little nimble, light, survivable tank. But at battle rating 2.0, we're going to start facing off against much bigger threats. More Soviet vehicles with sloped armor plating. Bigger American vehicles like the Lee and the Grant. Let's see, what do the Brits get at 2.0? Oh, vehicles like the Matilda and the Valentine and Crusaders. So we're going to have to be careful. Oh, blimey. Right, so taking the PZGR-40 armor-piercing rounds, because that's the only ones you really want to take. None of the others are awfully effective at killing tanks, anyway. By the way, these particular skins on my Panzer Two are mod skins, but they are based on German World War I tank skins. Going to follow these little M2A4s, which are American light tanks. My 20mm gun would rip through those with surprising ease. That's a good question, Rosie. Who has played this? And I'm now on my PC instead of my dying phone. Well, thank you, Sarcastic People, for popping in. Stream's been quiet today, probably because everyone is preferring dinosaur content to Warthunder content, but given how much dinosaur content I'm going to be putting out this week, I just wanted today's stream to be a little bit more gun-ho, as it were. What did you think of the second episode, Sarcastic? I didn't think it was as good as the first one, if I'm honest. I thought it was a bit dull, and I'm very disappointed that they brought in the Tarbosaurus and we never really got the Tarbosaurus doing anything.
Attack the enemy!
Oh, come on, guys, get in there. We shot him through the building.
Attack the A point.
He's gone.
Enemy forces have captured that zone.
He's gone.
The enemy is getting closer to victory.
He's gone. Enemy tank around here somewhere. My team is shooting at it. Ah, there you are. There you were. Excellent. Just take over this command post. Fell short. Yeah. Certainly felt like there was less in it. Some great shots, but yeah, it would have been nice to see more of this that way. It did fall a bit short. I also think the episode was very, very heavy on the speculation. I personally don't think sauropods, which were dinosaurs that required a huge amount of food every day to eat, would go into a desert, even for the purposes of mating. It just doesn't seem a reasonable assumption to make. Ooh! Ow! That hurt. Damn. And we were going so well, too. Straight through the front. Let's take out the Panzer Jaeger one. Yeah, as I was saying, I just don't think sauropods would go to a desert. It just makes no sense to me. And the air sac thing I was okay with. I think is an interesting idea that they had something on their necks. But the whole going into a desert to mate just seems really unlikely to me. Also, the whole rearing up on their hind legs, that's, you know, it was disproven the Brachiosaurus would not be able to do it, and Dreadnoughtus has exactly the same leg structure, you know, short back legs, long front legs, so why they think Dreadnoughtus could do it?
Attention to the designated grid square!
And it gets worse in that episode with the whole, you know, they rear up on their hind legs and then their tail has to bend at like a 90-degree angle for them to do it, and that just doesn't look comfortable. It looks like the most awkward way of this, you know, getting a mate possible. Unlike, say, the ones we saw in the first episode where it kind of all makes sense. Nothing about the Dreadnoughtus scene at the beginning makes any sense to me. I'm not a scientist, I don't claim to be a paleontologist, but I have been a dinosaur hobbyist, I suppose is the word you'd say, for a long time, and it just doesn't seem likely. I can sort of see the rearing thing being momentary, like those giant walrus fights, yeah. I mean, it felt like they really heavily went too much on the whole elephant, seal, walrus thing, and yeah, I don't think it played off for the Dreadnoughtus. I also didn't like the explanation of the pterosaur bit, the whole some males don't have crests. I find that really, there's no scientific evidence for that, and even the scientific bit afterwards, they even talk about how all of the males had crests. It was just a bit confusing. It seemed like they were saying one thing, but the science says something completely different. So yeah, that was a bit annoying. Or, not annoying, but disappointing. There's your turret crew dead. There's your engine dead and a fuel fire.
Thank you.
There you go, have a... There we go. He's dead. We'll stay here and capture B.
Attack the A point.
But apart from that, I thought the episode was okay. It wasn't, like I say, a brilliant episode.
Thank you. Most of the strategic zones are captured.
The Mononicus definitely stole the show for me. We got a lot more of the Mononicus than we got of any other animal. And it was adorable. And it was nice to see a fully fledged Velociraptor, a proper Velociraptor. None of this Jurassic Park, Jurassic World rubbish. But I'm hoping tomorrow's episode will be a bit better and a bit more interesting. Something I've noticed is that we don't have very much hunting. Like, I haven't really seen any dinosaur kill another dinosaur there. We've seen the pterosaurs killing each other. But we haven't, you know, we got T-Rex in the first episode, but T-Rex did not go and hunt anything, it scavenged a carcass. And the Tarbosaurus were more happy sleeping and then just went and had a drink, and that was it. Like, there hasn't been any proper dinosaur-on-dinosaur fight yet. which surprises me. And it does feel a little sanitized. Maybe the conflict can't prove a thing about that yet. I mean, I'm okay with speculation, but there does come to a point where you can't speculate really ridiculous stuff. I mean, having said that, it's not stopping them up to now. No. I mean, the baby T-Rex got eaten in the territory, but... Okay, it's violent, true, but I wouldn't say it was dinosaur-on-dinosaur violence. Walking with dinosaurs, the T-Rex kills an Anata Titan. It's... Oh no! What manner of terrible thing has occurred? Help! Help me, brothers! I need to... It was going so well until I turned too sharply. It's all gone wrong. In James May fashion, oh cog. I'm just gonna wait and see if anyone shows up to help. I am stuck on my top in less than... oh, Su-76, over here. Give me a hand, Su-76, come on. You're on stream. If you don't give me a hand, everyone will know. Ah! What are you gonna do? Just ram me! No, you should just ram me! Yeah, no, you fool! Again! Come on! No, that's not gonna do it. Now you just made the problem worse, fool. You have to do it in a... Just ram me from the side! Oh no, that's looking good. That's looking good. A bit more. A bit more. Oh no! No! Let it be seen for all eternity that on this stream, whoever that was in the Su-76M completely failed to roll me over. All he had to do was ram me at full speed in where I was in the position, and he could have flipped me, but instead he tried to drag me, and dragging doesn't help. Let's put the 2.0 in. I don't want to flip the Panzer Jaeger one again. But anyway, on to what we were talking about. The lack of dinosaur-on-dinosaur killing. The T-Rex kills the Anata Titan, or Edmontosaurus as it's now called, and gets smashed in the head by the Ankylosaurus. The, I think it's supposed to be Australovenator in episode 5, kills that Lianeosaur and tears its head off. In episode 4, we see the Utahraptors kill that Iguanodon. In episode 3, we have the Liplorodon tear that Ophthalmosaurus in half. In episode 2, the Allosaurus attack the Stegosaurus and the Sauropods and the Diplodocus. And in episode 1, we have the Postosuchus kill the Placerius, and the Coelophysis kill the Postosuchus in the end. There was lots of dinosaur-on-dinosaur killing, and in this one there doesn't seem to be any. I'm hoping that will change, but if in 5 episodes we don't see a single dinosaur kill another dinosaur, then that'll be a mark against this particular documentary. Because you have to, if you're going to do this, you have to... You can't just show dinosaurs eating lizards and say, well, there we go. You've got to show these animals as realistic hunters. Because they were. And so far, the most brutal animals has been the pterosaurs. You know, that one that grabs the young one at the in the first episode off the beach, and then this episode where they have the fight and he kills his contender. He throws him into a cliff. That's the sort of violence I was expecting from T-Rex. Aha. We have snuck around the enemy flank. That was disappointing.
Another zone captured. We have the advantage.
Was that a surprise to you, Panzer 2C? I can't actually kill him though, because he's in a really bad position. Ah, there we go. That was lucky. Do you think they deliberately moved away from that though? Well, I can understand why they would, because, you know, it's trying to present the dinosaurs as not monsters, but at the same time you can't present them as vegetarians. You know, lacking any sort of... Whoa! Okay, well, that happened. Yeah, I agree that they're moving away from dinosaurs as monsters, but at the same time you can't present them as being completely teethless. They did hunt, they did kill other dinosaurs. It was a violent, bloody time period. I mean, Big Al proves that. Big Al has any number of injuries from dinosaur fights. Life as a predatory dinosaur. We'll see how the rest of the series goes. I mean, this was only episode 2 of 5. They've got plenty of time.
Attack the point.
Huh. This guy's at an angle, so my shells are bouncing off him. At least I was able to help the little Tetrarch on my team kill him. Now what's going on up here? Ah, there is a H-39, a little Frenchy tank, and a steward over there. We'll go after the H-39. Now, low-tier French tanks. At the beginning of World War II, the French actually had some very effective tanks. The reason why their tanks were not as effective as the Germans during the Blitzkrieg campaign was that they used their tanks very badly. French tanks on the whole have better armor, better guns.
Another zone captured. We have the advantage.
What shells am I using in this thing? They don't seem to be going through anything.
Our sector is under artillery barrage. The enemy is preparing to barrage our
Oh, he's got his back to me, that's
The
right.
enemy is preparing for artillery barrage. Repeat, the enemy is preparing for artillery barrage.
That's better. They're both on fire now, and their engines are buggered. Just going to ignore all the explosions going around me. There's one. In a good spot here. I wish I was in my Panzer 4. Excellent. It was close. Believe it or not, artillery used to be a lot more dangerous. When I started playing this, the artillery was very much more accurate. So you could almost pretty much guarantee if you dropped it on the enemy, you'd get a kill, if not more. And they made it steadily more and more inaccurate as time has gone on. Oh god, I'm probably gonna get killed by this. Ammo storage is empty. Hey, well, he can have that kill then if I ran out of ammo. I used up all my ammunition. Right, let's take out the SIG again, just for some fun.
Most of the zones are under control.
Trigger happy. Yeah, probably. Probably too trigger happy. But then I didn't honestly expect to survive for that long. I am a fourth, which is not bad. Why has my SIG lost all of its decorations? It's lost all of its things I put on it. That's unusual. I'm guessing that's just a bit of a bug. There's a Flak Panzer over there. That's...
A little more effort, and victory will be ours.
there we go. He's dead. That was a lucky shot. Not a good shot. Leave me alone, aircraft. I'm gonna come and ruin this 35T's day. Ow. Oh, just as the match ends again! It's bloody annoying. Yeah, I wonder why those decorations disappeared off in-game. Who knows. Let's move on to battle tiers. 2.3. Let's replace you. Let's replace Balfauzug. And one of the most important vehicles ever built by the German army during World War II. The Stug. Full name, Sturm Gushitz. And the vehicle that spawned the meme, I didn't choose the Stug life, it chose me. The Stug is basically the prototype German casemate tank destroyer for the next God knows how many vehicles down. It's got the same 75mm as the Panzer IV, but it's a very low squat machine. The armour at the front of the hull is at least 50mm thick, with a very slight slope on it, making it difficult to get a good shot sometimes. And the side armour is also sloped, making it a bit more effective. Inside you have 4 crew, squeezed into that, as well as a lot of ammunition for the 75mm. It fires an effective range of ammunition, including a heat round that can penetrate 100mm of armor at any distance. In theory, this Stug could go through the front of a Tiger tank with that shell. In theory. on sheer armor piercing capabilities alone. We're also going to be using a variation of the Panzer IV, the Panzer IV-E, which is exactly the same as any Panzer IV, just with a bit thicker armor. That's it. And the Panzer III-J, which is the same as the Panzer III F. It has the same 50mm gun, but the armor is a little bit thicker. That's it. So, let's get going. Why only in theory? Because there's a lot to determine whether your shell will penetrate the enemy's armor more than the sheer penetration factor on the shell of the gun. It all depends on the angle of impact. And that can have a huge variation on whether your shell goes through or bounces off. The most effective way to guarantee penetration is to fire at the flattest part of an armor plate and fire perpendicular to it. So it's a 90-degree impact. That guarantees the most penetration. But tanks are not flat all over and generally don't sit flat on the ground. So you have to work with what you've got. It gets even worse when you incorporate moving targets, because movement, shell impacts at a completely different place to where you aimed it to. It's just all over the place then. But it's also why I will always fire even if the crosshair is red and not green. Because the number of times I've killed the enemy target when the crosshair is red. Because the crosshair is only an indicator of penetration based on shell figures. You know, the shell will penetrate X amount of armor, where you're aiming is this amount of armor, so it should go through. However, no! No. Oh, you're buggered now, Stuart. You should stay side on. That is the most dangerous thing to have happen in a casemate tank destroyer like that. Is if the enemy gets around you, side on, can't. What on earth? Oh, oops. Why aim at? There are so many targets here. Bloody smoke around. Get through the fence. Now smoke is a double-edged sword. I don't know where they have gone, but they do not know where I have gone. So I can put myself in position to ambush. Ow! He tracked me. He's hit the gunner. He's put me on fire. What is that thing firing? Someone kill him. Oh, my shell is being eaten by their tracks. Someone's killed him, thank God. But I am in a very bad way. Not much on my tank is not damaged. Thank my ally for helping me repair. I'm gonna have to get in a better position. Oh, that was a terribly slow shot. I was distracted. Ah! I killed that French gunner. This is what makes the Stug fun to play. You can kind of... you can bully other vehicles. your weight around and be relatively certain you'll survive. Oh dear. Bye. Thank you for coming.
Allied forces have captured the
Ow!
zone.
Ah, there's another stug. There we go. When driving a tank, try to avoid leaving your side exposed, because it's usually the weaker part of your arm. Artillery now.
The artillery is ready. Roger that. Confirming fire.
Little historical thing for you. You might notice that this tank has very wide tracks. Yet actually they stick out more than they should. There was a modification done by the Germans to help these particular tanks in Russia in the thick snow. They made the tracks a little bit wider to so that they could handle deeper snow.
On the position.
Just a little historical feature for you. What's going on over here? Many tanks over here. Oh, it's bouncing off this T-70 every time. Just about enough of being shot at from this position, thank you very much. Valentine, what are you firing at? Ah.
On target.
That was a bit of a kill still. Ow! Ouch! That went straight through my tank. He was very unlucky not to kill me in one shot. I don't even know what hit me. I'll go through the front of this French tank. This is their B1 bis. The Panzer 38 got me in the end. Hmm?
Are you taking your base?
No.
Am I gonna get hurt later?
Oh, that was quite a fight down there. Oh, let's hack out the SIG and see if we can get another double kill. I think that's going to be the highlight of this stream, that double kill. Yeah, I don't think it's going to get much better than that. And let's take out this enemy bomber, since we have time. Ah, this is a French aircraft. Ooh! Blimey! How is this guy still alive? He ain't alive anymore. Is the Honey fully enclosed? I thought the Honey was open. Damn. Well, at least we killed the bomber. Oh. I think that's a decent score for that match. Not bad at all. How much airtime can you get in a tank? You can get quite a bit if you're driving one of the faster tanks and you hit a good ridge. What's this? What is this? It's not an award. What is this? Times. Will you not tell me what this is? What was that? Ooh, bizarre reward. Tribal. Oh, hang on. Achievements. May. Oh, I see. It's part of this. Okay. Huh. I must have gotten it for that, I think. Maybe. Who knows? Warthunder is not always brilliant at telling you what you've achieved. So, half hour or so to go. Let's go from something small to something big, and let's pick, let's see, who should we go for with a bigger, chunkier vehicle? The USA maybe. Where am I on air tanks for the USA? Not a bad selection. Not my favourites though. Ah, the Brits at 5.0. Let's pray the British. So this is a 5.3 loadout, which you can kind of consider as late war vehicles. Is it all tanks and aircraft, or are there other types of vehicles? Well, there is a naval tech tree as well. So, should you want to pilot battleships, you can do. Although the battleship combat I find very difficult and not as engaging because matches last a very long time. Actually, let's play some air fighting. I've shown tanks off twice now. Let's see some aircraft. Let's take out some British aircraft. Actually, let's just grab a battle booster. But it is all tanks and aircraft and battleships and coastal boats. There's helicopters as well at higher tiers. And I say that there's tanks, but there's lots of other armoured fighting vehicles, armoured cars, there are anti-aircraft tanks, artillery, and at higher tiers, missile vehicles. And since the Hurricane is your favourite, we'll take the Hurricane out first then. We won't carry bombs or rockets, we'll go for a strictly fighter loader. Now, aircraft combat is a bit different in this game to tank combat in that you can take in as many aircraft as you like, whereas a tank combat you only get 3 spawns. Apart from that, the rules are all the same. You can even deploy aerobatic smoke. This guy is getting right on my tail. Do not do that, Night Gaming 105. What are you doing? If I brake test him, he'll go straight into me. Enemy aircraft at our 2 o'clock. Now only a fool goes straight into the pack. We wanna take our time and decide who we want to attack. And I think we'll go for... Oh god, the guy I was about to go for has already been killed, so we'll go for Hurricane first. Kill assist, he's down. Right, now it's time to get into the mix. Lots of aircraft. Oh, got one behind me. Oh god, this doesn't have flaps. Gotcha. Now where did that guy go who was on my tail? He's dead as well. Good. I took a fair amount of damage though. Fuselage is a bit beaten up. Gonna need to shake your tail, definitely. Okay. Bowfighter or the P400 or Bowfighter. That's where I'm getting shot at. Probably by anti-aircraft on the ground, I should think. Oh no! Ooh. So the Bowfighter has 4 20mm cannons. It's generally a tank buster. Going head on towards it was probably a bad thing. I lost that. Let's take out the Bowfighter. Actually, should be fun. Yeah, the airframe can't take that much damage. No. HE-111. Huh? These are going to be bombing our bases with impunity. No, he's dead. Is he dead? SPD-3. Right. that's a problem. He's knocked out the engine and given me a fuel fire. Hopefully it'll burn itself out. No, it did not burn itself out. No, I wanted to try and kill the... Ah, okay. Oh well. I got shot down by AI guns. That's disappointing. Very disappointing. Air targets. This one is a bit of a weird one. The Hurricane 4, it has two basically tank guns on the wings. It's a tank hunter, but if you hit an aircraft with it, they die. So our base has been destroyed. Well, that's because there's aircraft over there that no one are doing anything about. Well, you say it looks daft, but this was like, these are the great-great-grandfathers of vehicles like the A-10 Warhawk and other ground attack aircraft. This was their genesis in the Second World War, strapping tank guns to aircraft. The Italian tech tree has a bomber with a 102mm gun in the nose, which is the biggest gun ever fitted to an aircraft. Stop killing all the targets. The only thing about these 40mm cannons is that they're very difficult to aim. Ju-87, that's a better target. Ooh. I missed with my cannons. I made sure he wasn't gonna get back up from that fight though. There's nothing wrong with if you know for a fact you're not gonna win with ramming the enemy aircraft. Get them off the battlefield. Worth it. For sure. But ramming's good. Perhaps today is a good day to die, as Wolf would say. Generally, I vastly prefer German aircraft to British ones. The British aircraft are lacking quite a bit in speed and in punch at lower ratings. They only have rifle caliber machine guns pretty much on all their vehicles. Whereas the Germans, you come with machine guns and cannon. And cannon are the thing you need to take on enemy aircraft. Or bigger caliber machine guns. 50 cals work fine, but British aircraft don't get 50 cals until slightly higher up the tech tree. Down. on with my aircraft today? I get pretty much one shot kill. Wow, okay. I'll come back in my Germans and I'll absolutely annihilate you. I want to take out a bomber. Bombers are boring. Let's go back to hangar. I've got no fighters and I'm not going to play in bombers. Well, current problem is that it's on fire. Oh, is that a Tiger? Pretty similar aircraft to it, yeah. Biplanes are surprisingly dangerous in this game. Mostly because they're so agile. And they can take a surprising amount of punishment. Hmm. 4.3s in Germans. Okay, we can do some 4.3. My dad built a model of one of them, same colour scheme. Oh, cool. I used to have the Red Baron's plane hanging from my ceiling, but I don't know whatever happened to that. Just checking my messages while I'm waiting for that. Right, let's start with the ME-264. Now, the ME-264 is a prototype aircraft that was never built in any large numbers. This is the America bomber. What Nazi Germany wanted to build in order to bomb America had he gotten a chance. Looks surprisingly like a B-29, wouldn't you say? Right, we need to get to the enemy. Why am I being fired at? Dude, what are you doing? Yeah, I've got tail gunners too, idiot. Yeah, look, we have we can view the battlefield from the comfort of our own piloting cockpit. I forgot the name. Oh wow, I love that. I have a remote control tank. Well, I have a Monso. I mean, these bases are far away. Okay, and ready. Bombs. Bombs away. Are you joking? That P-108 down there got all the base before I did. Bugger. No, that's not fair. Don't attack me. I didn't even do anything with my bombs. Kill him, gunners. God. We did. My tail gunner killed him. Right, we'll finish off this base. We can't finish off this base. We'll have to go for the next one. Oh god. Oh dear, or not. And that's what bomber gameplay is like. You will go for a base, a teammate who's faster than you will kill it, and then
The enemy's getting closer to victory.
basically die. BF 110 time then. Yeah, okay. You can stop warning me about that, Warthunder.
Somebody attack him!
The... That's more like it. Much better. Is that the same sound effect they use in Alien Isolation? Be honest. Or what? Which sound were you referring to? Where did he come from? Whoa. He boom and zoom me.
The enemy
He was
is
no,
ready.
he was not
We
on
must
my radar
counterattack.
until he was suddenly there. Well, two can play at that game. You, sir, Barcob, boom and zoom me, and I do not appreciate that. Playing badly in this particular match. Oh. Just a stream of red tracer fire came from behind me. I didn't know what on earth it was. I think it was my ally. Got dead. Where is he going? He's running up. Oh, there goes the wing. Killed by a yak. There's a surprise.
We need to put more pressure on the enemy. They're winning.
Oh, the beep 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 thing. Yeah, no, it's not the same sound effect. It does sound familiar, but it's not the same. I haven't actually used the ME410. This should be interesting. What have I got? 2 machine guns, 2 cannon. Okay. A talented yak that can fly a plane. Yeah, but you don't have to be a talented Warthunder player to achieve kills with a yak, trust me. Overpowered aircraft in this game. Ooh! Where the heck did that come from? Okay, that was uncalled for. Again, another boom and zoomer. Why are they all staying? Why are they all doing boom and zoom tactics today? It's just tactics for people who don't want to get engaged in the fight.
Destroy the target.
Ah, this is the guy that killed me earlier on.
If we don't do something fast, the enemy will win.
Ah, hate it when they do that. He's just gonna try and get me in. Okay, I'm not gonna do this. Dude, get him! You're on his tail. Get rid of him. I don't have the speed or the agility to take you. Trying to clip his tail. Oh, that was disappointing. That was a disappointing match. I'm not happy with that. So many boom and zooms killed me with just single shots. Hate it when that happens. Oh, at least I've got new engines on the Beaufighter. Well, it's 8:30, so I've been going for 2 hours, so I think I'm going to call the stream there. Thank you to the folks who did join in. Nerd Guy for being here all stream. I do appreciate the support. A bit disappointed that not more people came to join us, if I'm honest, but thank you for being here. Sarcastically, thank you for joining in as well. And I know a few other guys joined in at the very start. There will be another stream on Friday. Let me check my list. Yes, there'll be a stream on Friday. Me and Dane are going to play For the King. It's a chilled little RPG. And then Sunday will be a normal dinosaur-related stream from me, where everyone will probably show up. If you are watching this after the fact, don't forget to like the video, and please do subscribe if you're new and haven't done so already. It does help us out. Still trying to get to 500. And you do need to get those 2 monitors going, sarcastically. I bid you good luck with that. But for the time being, thank you everyone for joining in. Enjoy the rest of your day, and goodbye.